Hey there, fellow video enthusiasts. Today, we're taking a trip down memory lane as we explore the fascinating rise and fall of one of the most iconic names in video rental history, Blockbuster Video. Back in the 90s and early 2000s, Blockbuster was the ultimate destination for movie rentals. They had it all: the latest releases, the classic favorites, and the snacks to go with them. It was the place to be on a Friday night, and we all have our own personal memories of browsing the aisles and picking out the perfect movie for our weekend viewing pleasure. But as technology evolved, so did our viewing habits. Streaming services like Netflix and Hulu came onto the scene, and suddenly, we had access to thousands of movies and TV shows at our fingertips. No longer did we have to leave the house to get our fix. We could just click a button and start watching. Unfortunately for Blockbuster, they didn't adapt fast enough to keep up with the changing times. They tried to compete with their own online rental service, but it was too little, too late. By the mid-2000s, Blockbuster was in serious trouble, and by 2010, they had filed for bankruptcy. It's a sad story, but one that's worth exploring. So join me as we take a closer look at the rise and fall of Blockbuster Video, and maybe even relive a few of our own personal memories along the way. And if you're enjoying this trip down memory lane, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. Hey there, welcome back to our trip down memory lane. Now we're going to talk about the rise of a true giant in the video rental game, Blockbuster. Blockbuster was founded in the 80s and quickly became a franchise sensation. People loved the convenience of being able to rent movies from a physical store instead of having to wait for them to come on TV or pay-per-view. Blockbuster was the place to be on a Friday night, but Blockbuster didn't stop there. They were aggressive in their expansion efforts, acquiring smaller video rental chains and opening up stores left and right in the 90s. It seemed like there was a Blockbuster on every corner. One of Blockbuster's key strategies was their no-late fees policy. Customers loved this because they didn't have to worry about returning their rentals on time or paying extra fees. And Blockbuster loved it because it kept customers coming back. Blockbuster also had exclusive deals with movie studios, which allowed them to get new releases before anyone else. This was a huge draw for customers who didn't want to wait for their favorite movies to become available. Now let's take a look at some footage and images from the era. The classic blue and yellow Blockbuster sign. And who could forget those cheesy commercials with people dancing in the aisles? Good times. Blockbuster was a force to be reckoned with in the video rental game, and their rise to the top was impressive to say the least. Stay tuned for more on our journey through the history of entertainment. Well, folks, we've talked about the rise of Blockbuster and how it dominated the video rental market. But all good things must come to an end. In the early 2000s, a new player emerged in the game: streaming services like Netflix. Suddenly, people had access to a wide variety of movies and TV shows from the comfort of their own homes. Blockbuster tried to keep up by launching its own DVD by mail service and even an online rental platform, but it was too little too late. Their business model, which relied on people physically renting movies from their stores, just couldn't compete. It's a classic case of a company that refused to adapt to the changing times. Blockbuster was in denial about the rise of streaming and clung on to its outdated business model until it was too late. The company struggled financially and filed for bankruptcy in the 2010s. It's a sad end to a once great company, but it serves as a cautionary tale for businesses everywhere. The world is constantly changing, and it's important to stay ahead of the curve. So, let's take a moment to remember the days of browsing the aisles of Blockbuster and picking out the perfect movie for a cozy night in. And let's also remember that sometimes even giants can fall. As we dive deeper into the history of Blockbuster, it's impossible to ignore the overwhelming sense of nostalgia that surrounds the iconic video rental chain. For many, Blockbuster was more than just a place to rent movies. It was a staple of their childhood, a tradition that was passed down from generation to generation. And it's not just the memories that make Blockbuster so beloved. It was a cultural phenomenon that left an indelible mark on pop culture. At its peak, Blockbuster was the go-to destination for movie lovers across the country, with stores popping up in every corner of America. But Blockbuster wasn't just a place to rent movies. It was a pioneer in the home entertainment industry. It revolutionized the way we consumed media, bringing the movie theater experience into our living rooms. It was a game changer, and it paved the way for the streaming giants we know and love today. Sadly, Blockbuster's reign was short-lived, and it ultimately fell victim to the ever-changing landscape of the entertainment industry. But its legacy lives on, and it continues to inspire and inform the way we consume media today. As we reflect on Blockbuster's place in history, it's clear that it will always hold a special place in our hearts. It was more than just a video rental chain. It was a cultural touchstone, a symbol of an era long gone. And while it may be gone, it will never be forgotten. Tucked away in the corners of suburban towns, Blockbuster stores were once the go-to destination for movie rentals. And now, we've come to the end of our nostalgic journey through the rise and fall of Blockbuster. We've learned about how Blockbuster revolutionized the movie rental industry with their large selection and convenient locations. We've seen how they faced challenges from competitors like Netflix and Redbox, and ultimately succumbed to bankruptcy. But even though the physical stores are no longer around, Blockbuster's legacy lives on, reminding us of simpler times and the joy of browsing the aisles for the perfect movie. So, I want to thank you all for joining me on this trip down memory lane. It's been a pleasure sharing this piece of history with you. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, comment with your favorite Blockbuster memory, and subscribe to our channel for more entertaining content like this. As we close out this video, let's take a moment to appreciate Blockbuster and the memories it provided to so many people. And who knows, maybe someday we'll see a Blockbuster store rise from the ashes and reignite the love for movie rentals once again. Until next time.